Hello. Hi. My name is CT, and if you're stepping in, welcome to the beta. I was selected as a group of summoners to help them test out some of the newest content coming to the game. This is a beta. This does not reflect the content that will be put into the game, and I am purely going to go through it in order to give my feedback and make sure that it's all fair for everybody, you know? So, unfortunately, I was originally planning, and I still do plan on doing this, a Legends run of this entire chapter. However, there is only 3 quests, so even though these quests are incredibly long, it means that I don't get a chance to run through one every single day as I had originally planned. However, because they are so long, I can't run through one in one entire day. So I'll be covering half of each quest each individual day. The beta servers are not currently active, so this does mean that I'm unable to kind of check back and say, oh, hey, these are going to be active these days. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So I'll be going in here, I'll be doing some questing, I'll be seeing what's up, what new nodes, because I don't believe the beta servers are the beta forums are currently up. So I'll be going through those, breezing through them, and just checking out some of the new nodes that are up. Hello, everybody in chat. Hi, Sergeant Bourne, Asian X, Maximus Savage. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully I'm able to do a little bit of testing today. I'll probably be up for probably another 2 hours in order to knock some kind of quest and material out. But before we lock in our team, let's take a look at this first quest. I know that for a fact that this is 9 paths, so it's going to be quite long. And this boss has a node that I, for one, find hilarious. This is an Emma Frost boss with a node called Rust and Ruin. Whenever the defender is struck, 40% chance to inflict armor break on the attacker, reducing the defender's armor rating by 40 over 10 seconds. If the attacker has 5 or more of these armor breaks active on them, they are consumed and turned into an indefinite armor break. That is purely to counter Ghost. I cannot stress this enough. This node, this Rust and Ruin, is made to counter Ghost. Heal block advanced. This attacker is permanently affected by a passive heal block and a passive fate seal against regeneration buffs. Huh. Interesting. Okay. And Oscillate. Every 15 seconds, the defender alternates between a Fury passive, increasing base attack by 110% and armor up / crit rating. Doing this itemless CT? If I get a chance to, if it seems reasonable. Thank you, King DDD. DD. And her incoming nodes are Power Efficiency. The defender's special attacks cause 50% less power, Armor Break Immunity, and Empowered Immunity. So, the way this quest is set up, there are 9 paths, which I think I mentioned already. Each of those 3 paths flows into a mini-boss. And this mini-boss sends out one of those linked nodes. So, on the first path, we're going to be seeing, for the first 3 paths of this quest, lead to this top portal at the top. That top portal inflicts armor break immunity. So if you take down this Red Skull, this Emma Frost will no longer be armor break immune. So that's probably the path that I'm going to do to test this out for the first time. I'm uncertain of their health pools. I think they're going to be ginormous. I am not fully ready for what's about to come with this Emma Frost. I think it's somewhere in the realm of 500 to 600k, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was more. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take a look at some of the paths over to the left, see what new nodes they have on them, and kind of scout around to see if we can find anything interesting. So let's take a look-see. So the local nodes, there are local and linked nodes on these paths. The local nodes: Return to Sender, Incinerate 3. 60% chance for the defender to purify any incoming Incinerate debuffs and apply an Incinerate debuff to the attacker, dealing 30% of their attack over 7 seconds. This Incinerate is purified or prevented by the attacker's immunities. They instead receive a passive degeneration, dealing 60% of their attack over 7 seconds. Interesting. So this says, hey, don't bring a champion immune to Incinerate. And if you are going to be dealing Incinerate damage, maybe not the best ideal. Who's the third boss? Gwenpool? It's Gwenperion, actually, from one of the mashup events that they had a while ago. It's pretty interesting. So the Return to Sender node is essentially saying, hey, don't bring a champion that inflicts these debuffs or is immune to them. And immune to them. It's not or, it's just an and. So, yeah. So they just purify the debuffs immediately and then return it to you. And if you're immune to it, then you just take degen damage instead. So, alright. So it looks like they're alternating throughout this path. And the local nodes are Stunning Reflection, Foresight. Remember what I was saying about Ghost? She looks, Ghost looks like a perfect option for this path. Are there any champions that hard counter? This long shot might be annoying if I push him to a special 3. Oh, interesting. This has 2 local nodes. And this boss is... This mini-boss is just... there's no incoming linked nodes, so this should just be an incredibly easy boss. And this Red Skull Meltdown. Whenever the defender is struck by a basic attack, they gain a Meltdown charge. When the defender is knocked down, consume any active Meltdown charges and deal the attacker a burst of energy damage for each Meltdown charge consumed. If the defender is affected by the power drain, all Meltdown charges are safely removed. Interesting. Okay, so it's saying don't knock down the opponent, but if you are, make sure you power drain. So champions like Dormammu and Vision would be great for this, but those champions are really meta. You can see maybe magic, like a special 2 loop on this path would be useful. But that is definitely a new node. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the game. 6.3 had bigger health pools? Yeah, 6.3 was a pain. Hey, Dr. Daniel, what's up? So anyway, bleed vulnerability and do you bleed? Interesting node combo. That'll be fun. So I might rank up a few champions on the beta server in order to give me a better advantage, because I do have a ton of catalysts from different questings that I've done. Shifting immunity, bleed and poison. The defender starts the fight with bleed immunity, which alternates every 10 seconds with poison immunity. When an immunity triggers it, it purifies any corresponding effects. Is that for the entire path? It is. So there's going to be 50% uptime, but during that 50% uptime, all damage is doubled. It's actually kind of nice. Yeah, OG Vision and Hawkeye for the Meltdown node. It's rather interesting. And explosive personality on that path. So I think the first path that I'm going to be trying is going to be this Return to Sender path. Because the... I could say probably... I could probably ghost this entire path, to be completely honest. Just be able to take it down. J Bubbles saying, I was mistaken coming here. I came for more revelations about the one true God. King DDD saying, Ebony Maw got to your counter to Meltdown confirmed. Yeah, probably. If you're able to power drain him. Wow. Yeah, Ebony Maw will be decent for that. Shifting immunity was on Mojo when he was released. Ah, not new. So anyone, so for everybody watching who didn't get a chance to see it when the stream started, this is what the quest looks like. You can see alternate cover arts for upcoming chapters in Act 7 The Union, but I like how there's not even like a difference in books, because this is book 2, but this is all under the same pamphlet. I was thinking they would have the first 6 itemized in like a book, and then have this one pop up as a second. But nope, more Korean action. Okay, so full ghost team, and then for the boss. So we're fighting an Emma Frost, who has inverted controls. So inverted controls, I'm pretty much fine with anyone. But if her large number of immunities means that Black Widow Clairvoyant will be particularly good for the fight, and Namor will be decent as well. However, if she is in diamond form when his outrage starts, which is a guarantee because he instant gains 3 bars of power, it's not going to be too good. But you know what? I'll take it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? And cut to the part of me dying. Are there any other champions that will work particularly well against him? Keep in mind, this Emma Frost is armor break immune. So it's not going to be too fun, but it will be rather interesting. Actually, no, wait, we're taking down that node. Just bring Medusa. Actually... I don't think I can get the full Dr. Doom backhand synergy team running, but I would love to. Dr. Doom, Mr. Fantastic, and Annihilus. Just backhand to oblivion. There's an Icarus path, but you're going to need Thing or a Nullify Immune for Black Widow Clairvoyant. Ooh. That sounds bad. And it has Imminent Clairvoyance. It's no bueno. Alright. So we're taking this far path in order to bring in Quake for the Assault path. If needed, I will Quake it up. I have no problems quaking. Oh, not in the beta I don't, where I have unlimited resources. What path am I doing? The alternation. Just to get a feel for the boss and the health pools. Gonna just turn down the sound just a wee bit, because that is rather loud on my end. Oh, and I went for the parry after I adjusted the sound controls. Not a good idea. Thankfully, we can recover, because it's Ghost. Let me just phase the recoil here properly. Do I have a photo on my team? Or are you going for 2-hit combos? For the extra power gain and the fact that I'm able to gain a buff from it. Like, why not go for it? Plus, it makes them more passive after the combo. Yep, it's Vigor Assault and Armored Assault path. I'm going to take it for completion with my Quake Law. Hey, that doesn't sound like a bad path for Ghost. So, in the beta, if you're not aware, there's a store where I'm going to show you everything that we need to know. I'm going to stock up on energy refills because we can activate a ton of attack boosts, which allow us to clear content a lot quicker. But I want to make this... Oh, interesting. There's a cap on those. But I want to make this very clear. I don't want to pick up a ton of these because it's not going to reflect how I'm actually going to clear the content. If I'm going to steamroll through this content with all of these boosts on, it doesn't reflect how I'll naturally do it when the game goes live, unless I do a license run from it. When does Act 7 go live? No one knows. It's uncertain. It's up in the air. Only 3 bosses, ain't that kind of nice? Yeah, it's just that the paths are longer. So there are 9 paths within each individual quest here. So that does mean that even though there are going to be, like, that's a lot. In Act 6, Chapter 4, there were only, like, what was it, 6 paths per quest? That 3 paths with 9 is 27 quests in the entire thing, compared to 6.4, which had 36. So it's not bad, but it is, like, not crazy. I'm allowing him to hit me while I have the Suicide Furies up because I just want the extra power. There we go. Successfully phased recoil. I always get a little bit thrown off by Black Panther Civil War Special 2. CC read last. I have Abyss 6.4 100%, and Variant 1 and Act 6 Exploration after. Let me wrap up this fight real quick and then I'll read your comment. I have Abyss 6.4, Variant 2 Exploration, and Variant 1 and Act 6 Exploration after. That sounds like a solid plan, unless I'm missing something else. Should I rank 5? Oh, Sim Supreme is amazing. If you still have champion content to do, it's a godsend. So I am going to heal up Ghost here, because after that first fight mishap, I would have restarted on normal questing, but they look a bit jacked, don't they? I mean, they have 270k health. It's insane. But, I mean, normal content, meh, but I'm used to AQ baby boy fights. I'm so used to using Ghost without Hood, or, well, without Wasp, that I naturally do the, block intercepts. I know. Compelling ghost gameplay. And boop, we're down. Yeah, sometimes the HP spikes up. It's just a matter of looking at how it scales. Because if this content comes out in 2 months, rank 3 6-stars are going to be a lot more common for a lot of the endgame players. So they kind of do have to tune it to that point. Even though it is only a 16% boost. Oh, I hate that interaction. I forgot that there's stunning reflection on this path. So the way that works is that every single time an attack misses, he gains one of those charges. When he reaches 7, he hits that evasion threshold. But since Ghost crits on every attack, she'll ignore the evade. But if I did that stupid thing that I just did there, where I allow him to just go for it, and I can't even parry once I get an off chance, but that was really dumb of me. Alright, let's return this fight to its normal, preceded ghost wrecking things cadence. There we go. Alright, we're back. I'm just glad that the health pool's ain't as big as 6.3. And 6.3 was... I appreciate the boost, but did they really have to do us like that? Back to Ghost Corner Play. You've seen Quake Corner Play. Now introducing Ghost Corner Play. Watch as her animation dashes get cancelled. I guarantee you guys, I'm better. I run Suicide, so you do not want to run Sim Supreme. True. If you are running Suicide, Sim Supreme is a very bad idea to run. This is a bad match with how I play Ghost. The tools are fine. I suck. I guarantee you that this gets better. I've only done one AQ fight before this. Just give me time to warm up, guys. There we go. Yep. I love it. Ghost Corner Play. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Sergeant Boy? Alright, what direction do we have to go in? Alright, more Return to Sender stuff. But yeah, keep in mind that death counters and stuff like that, like, just the champs that you have now may not be the best. Hold up. I'll make my comment after I finish this fight successfully. Alright. How did that hit him? I thought that wasn't. You know what? I'll take it. Is a bandana hurting my oxygen consumption? Probably. I got new lighting, by the way. It's pretty cool. I like it. Oh, it's that node. It's that node on her. Oh, I hate this node. I hate that node on her. I hate this node on Hela. Why don't I read nodes? Okay, so she gains Unstoppable, a passive Unstoppable, whenever she activates a Fury. And she randomly activates Furies. And her charges also take a really long time to go down. And it means I can't punish her SP1. No. Bad hella. Well, technically it's not random, it's on a timer. But I can't count. And I'm gonna need to get out of the corner. Thank you for the follow. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. No. No, no, no. Ah! That unstoppable individual. I could Black Widow Clairvoyant it. Oh, that one. Dear God, that's annoying. Yeah, they just chucked it on here. Like, oh yeah, by the way, it's here. Keep in mind, this was a specialty boss node that they made specifically for 5.4. And they just chuck it in there willy-nilly. To track 30 seconds in your head. Yeah, I can do like aspect of chaos. Like I can count to 10 very easily. Oh, and now I'm dead. I can't. Let's count to 10 and revives. Not my unit, so I don't really care that much. I'm just here to have some fun and see if there's anything here. But champ-specific nodes in this game exist. Like for this long shot coming up, I know that they added his Good Heart node. Like, I mean, I get it. It's kind of his gimmick. But this was a boss node. This wasn't on Hela when she started, like, in the EQs. This was something that they added to her as a specialty node in Act 5. I would love to see if they could, like, add a timer to that. Because they added a timer to, like, a few other buffs in the game that were, like, a little bit more reasonable. Oh, yeah, refresh your Furies. Yeah, I would love to see a timer on the Fury gains, because 30 seconds is just so much happens. I think we're about to have that interrupted here, because like I can sense it coming. Look at that, boys! I'm a prodigy! Yeah, I remember Diablo had that Diablo node everywhere? Yep. Have you fought Diablo? Yeah, it's like... Honestly, if they added that to Diablo's main kit, I wouldn't even be that upset. But the fact that it's on every single node with Diablo, it's just like, okay, I see we're doing this thing again. Yeah, but just as a reminder, this is to get a feel of just the content before I do something stupid in the form of a Legends run of it. But I'm obviously going to be paying more attention to chat than focusing on these fights individually. Pro cosplayer here. The quit and die. I swear Diablo has that super unstoppable node everywhere. I completely agree. It's everywhere. Alright, boys, we learned from our past mistakes. Let's look at the nodes. Heart attack. When the pure heart is active, long shot becomes more aggressive. When pure heart is inactive, long shot becomes more defensive. Alright, I got you. Pro ghost player here. I've spent definitely like... Stop putting karma on me. I looked at the local nodes and I thought that was all that he had, because I'm so used to repairing at this point. There's still a 4-star ban in Act 7, right? Correct. Unfortunately, it's only limited to 5 and 6 stars. Which means my scrub ass can bring in his 5-star ghost. Fortunately, I would love to them to like restrict it, because I mean, wasn't the entire purpose of like Act 6 like, oh, the Grandmaster's tyrannical rule has gotten us all restrained. Now we can pursue freedom, and like that kind of was the lore-based explanation for it. What? Can he... what's I... Do not get to a special 2 long shot. I don't know if I can phase my way through all that. No. You know what? Screw it. Special 3. I want to slip on a banana. Give me a banana. Give me the banana. It's banana time, boys. Invisible Woman's force field is permanent. Yep. Oh, that's a stun. I didn't want the banana. It's weird how many special 3s stun. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the... I didn't want the banana. Actually, that's the real secret. You want to know why Brian Grant made like a 40-minute long video on Longshot that took like hours of editing? It's the first champion in the game to have a banana, and he just couldn't resist it. Thank you, Carlos Antonio, for the follow. I love how every Longshot special cutters goes. Man, just the stuns on the SP3 are just nasty. Yeah, this Captain America Infinity War still has the stunning reflection, but I don't think that was part of his local nodes. And the link says nothing incoming, so unless, like, him sending it to himself doesn't count. Imagine if the game gave you 1 unit every single time you threw Longshot Special 2, or Special 3. Dude, imagine. That would be the true unit farm. It would be like, that would be the, bring back the old Romance Energy team with Daredevil and Elektra. I didn't die! It's like I've somehow gotten into a groove of some sorts. Oh, this has Meltdown? Okay, heavy-handed. Okay. This Meltdown node is really interesting. I really want to try this. Because I don't think... I think if I just ghost play this, like... Oh. If I just play this really slowly, like, you know, not launch a single special, I'll be fine. Because I don't think it has any effect unless I knock him down. I forget if Red Skull's Special 3 stuns. I don't think it does. Can I have that? Can I just have a cheat sheet of, like, every single special attack that stuns? Yeah, I thought he was going to go for the light attack, or the medium. Also, Rip Yondu, who was supposed to give us units from stealing armor. Descriptions are a lie, never trust them. I want to see how much this hurts, and if it, like, really hurts, like, I wonder if Namor hard counters it, you know? Alright. Oh, that really hurts. Namor will hard counter this, Red Skull. This is Namor time, boys. It's, this is the first time I've ever encountered this node, and it doesn't have a description on the forums yet. I don't think that's live yet. So, this does mean that Namor will hard counter the new Meltdown node. That's very good to know. But I don't know if the damage is, like... The damage obviously happens after, but I want to know if it still falls within Namor's, like... hit range, you know? But if you want to avoid the Meltdown node from, like, ever taking effect, you just gotta, like, not use the special attack. Actually, I want to test this. If I get up into an SP3 with Ghost here, and I launch the attack and then I phase it immediately, will I still take damage? Because there's a noticeable delay, right? And I think that noticeable delay is to prevent Namor from clean sweeping this. But that same delay might allow Ghost to cheese it. Alright. Nope, that's insta. That's instantaneously. So yeah. I think Namor will be able to cheese it, especially with his special 3. If you can reflect that damage onto the opponent, then bam, that's game over. So that's our next path, boys. But yeah, if you slow play this, there's no reason to fear the node. I'm just doing a little bit of a controlled experiment to see what I can get away with. Because, like, obviously, it's a Red Skull. But I don't think the ability accuracy reduction change should affect this at all. Can I phase this like I'm phasing recoil? Nope, it happens instantaneously. Okay, so... yeah. I think we can cheese this with Namor. Before I get smacked in the face. This is testing to see if, like, I still take damage from getting hit. But yeah, I think we can chase this node with Namor. I think I've said that about 30 times at this point. But... why are you doing 5-hit combos with Ghost? To gain cruelty buffs, and to give distance. Plus, Red Skull has that very annoying critical resistance, but because there's that node on here that prevents tech's ability accuracies from being modified, I don't know if that influences Ghost critical hit rate. Okay, so, if I were going to kill this dude with a special, right? And I have those charges on me. He gets knocked down from this special, right? Do I die? No, because it just kills. Sure, I'll believe that when you die, you're just testing. Yes, that's the secret. Okay, so we're gonna... next up, we're gonna cheese that path with Namor. Cheese ability is at an all-time high, boys. Honestly, 488k health isn't that bad. But it's also an Emma Frost. Just use Corvus with 200% Cosmic. He can't die if duped. That's a good call. Unfortunately, I don't have Corvus. I wish I did, though. That's like something that I'm aiming for. I hope I pull him. That 32k attack is gnarly. But yeah, so this Rust and Ruin... this is made to full counter Ghost. Let me show you how hard of a full counter this is. Bam! I couldn't phase. That was a 31k crit. So, I always do 4-hit combos with Ghost to gain more power and damage. Yes, if your Ghost is unduped, you cannot do a special 3 or a special 2 rotation as easily. So you are going to want to do 4-hit combos with Ghost while unduped. I had a plan for this. Alright, so I took down the node that made her armor break immune. So I'm just going to Medusa it down. You know? See what I got. Armor break immune if you take down the Red Skull mini. Yep, just did. And... okay, it mentioned earlier about that being a permanent passive. If I get up to 5... oh, that is a lot of damage. Okay. That 32k attack is no joke. There's a global node in 7.1.1 or in Act 7 at all. There are globals. But yeah, that attack is incredibly strong. I don't like that it's that high. The global nodes in this chapter are just attack, health, and attack boosts. That's 31... That 32k health, or that 32k attack is monstrous, man. I shouldn't take, like... Can't even launch a special now because of how, recoil. That, I just can't get over that 32k health, or 32k attack. I wish it was 32k health. Yeah, I ran right into that. It's nice if you can get into, yeah, this is reminding me of patch 12.0 with that insane parry damage. Well, you also have to keep in mind that, that armor node exists. So, obviously it's going to do that. But yeah, I think that the best option for this fight is Corvus. If you can manage to do a parry-only playstyle with Corvus, then you should be set for the foreseeable future with this type of encounter. I'm so scared to dash back because of that special stuff. Nah. No. It seems that, like, no, Wonglei. It seems like they're giving each quest more of a path identity, like they did similar to that of 6.4. What's with Emma Frost and Oscillate always being paired together? That's what I want to know. Who keeps making that decision? Because they're always together, like, pretty much no matter what. This is going to be annoying. Yeah. Hey, 6.4 I don't think had globals. I think each path was individual in their lanes. 6.3 didn't have globals either. 6.2 was the last one with globals with Do Not Go Gentile. Or Gentle. Gentile. Do Not Go Gentile. Yeah, but that Aggression Fury combined with that Armor Break, I think is just heightening this encounter just so much. Is deadly, because honestly, I don't know how effective that Armor Break is. Obviously, it's meant to hard counter Ghost, and obviously it's causing a lot of chip damage on specials. But I just lost 14% of my health there from a blocked hit with 40% revives. And, oh yeah, Kang DDD says, I think Emma is paired with Oscillate because the defensive playstyle makes Emma very erratic with her specials. Yeah, I completely see it. So, when I'm going in here, I want to keep in mind one very simple fact. I will not be beating this content with these champions. I will be beating this content with potentially rank 3 6 stars. So, of course, my health pool is going to be bigger with those champions. But, it's only a 16% increase in health pools. Is this really necessary? Yeah, probably. I can probably do the Emma with Quake. Probably, but you'd have to deal with all the, like... Let me just beat her down, because I want to do that Corvus cheese. I want to have fun with Corvus. Hey, what's up, Elm? Good to see you. Probably do the ammo with Quake. It's definitely a solid option. So, this Emma Frost, I think, just has too much HP. There's too much just attack nodes incoming and outgoing. It just make it kind of rubbish. This looks hard. It definitely is. But thankfully, it's not my units. It's not my money. So, I just get to breeze through it and enjoy the content a little bit. They should tone her down a bit. I do believe her attack is too high. I think that if there were some way to perhaps shrug off this Rust and Ruin, I think it would make the node a lot better. If there was a way to say... Because right now it's random. You attack Emma Frost, you get armor broken. That's it. That's how the thing works. It's meant to counter Ghost. If you say, oh, if you attack this opponent and then end with a 5-hit combo in which you do a light attack... I will know... Well, that's impossible, but... If you, or, well, no, it is very possible. If you, like, some sort of constraint that allows you to shrug it off. Like, oh, if you stand still for 3 seconds, you shrug off all the armor breaks. Like, that would be ideal. Plus, it would prevent willpower healing. You know? Like, you go in here with, like, say, a Corvus, and then it just becomes, oh, I'm just gonna willpower up to, whatever percent, but you can't even do that because I just took 40% of my attack from block damage. But yeah, if there were a way to shrug it off, I think it would make this encounter a whole lot better. I just couldn't do that. Yeah, I mean, the health pools I don't have an issue with because I took off the armor break immunity node. Emma Frost and Medusa are like hard counter children. You know, they just work together. It's just one of those things where, alright, I get you. Emma Frost's weakness is armor breaks. When you take that away and then add like 50 other like different forms of attack boosts and immunities, it just becomes just garbage to play against. Like, I don't want to do this fight. This seems like a bad fight. I would much rather just do cheeses with Namor till the day I die. And I mean, I'm sure you can Corvus cheese this, but why would you, man? There's, keep in mind the official forums haven't been launched, so I don't know if this unlocks the next quest or not. It does not. It's coming soon. So the next two bosses are a MODOK and a Gwen Pyrian. That is just a Gwen pool with the same abilities as Hyperion. It's just a slight animation change, which honestly I like fighting Gwen pool more than I like fighting Hyperion, but I don't know how I like that mashup. I have fought that champion before though. So I'm running in here. That champion was completely useless. Black Widow Clairvoyant, did not need her at all. Let's chuck in Namor. See if we can get a little bit cheesy with a few things. You know? With that damage node. Meltdown. And explosive personality. Ooh. I just gotta avoid hitting Heimdall special 2. Honestly. Let me peruse this real quick. See if there are any locals that I need to be aware of. There's a local from that. What is it? From work? It doesn't matter. Be hitting Jim 2 and SB3 anyway. Left fighting Gwempyrian? Yeah. I want to get this Namor against this Red Skull so badly. I want to see him melt. And that'll be fun. So the damage is instant, right? Hopefully Namor is able to reflect it. If not, then we'll see. He'll gain power from striking my block. And I'm going to want to cycle his special ones instead of like anything else. He gets to an SP2 with enough armor ups, and I'm just over. Because it's undexable, it's unblockable, and with these health pools and with this attack, especially, I'm just screwed. Alright, launch it. Chuck it. Yeah. What was that? You're going to deal damage on my block? Because 10 of those charges. Throw it. Chuck it. Launch it. No. You were supposed to block that attack so I could reflect the damage. It would have been a funny, good fashion story for the kiddos. But no, you just had to take the fork to the face. You couldn't even have fun with that, could you? If you could be so kind as to auto block. Nope. You're not playing by my rules, Buster. Okay. If he doesn't auto block it... You know what? I feel like vocalizing things causes him to do it. Alright, reflect this damage. Huh? Did I not interpret this node correctly? Is it immune to having the damage reflected? Each quest is 9 parts. Oh, can you not reflect the damage? Thankfully, we can still reflect explosive personality here, but... Oh, you can't reflect the damage? He's hitting like a wet noodle, telling him he can't reflect the damage. Disappointing. Let's take another look at the node once we get out of this fight, though. I wonder if there's a special clause to prevent Namor from being Namor. Oh, man. I was really looking forward to having fun with that. There's a chance that my reading comprehension just sucks, though. And it's probably like, yeah, Namor doesn't work. Lol. Alright. How many fights in each path? Seems pretty lengthy. Yeah, the fights, there's a lot of them. I don't know how they stack up to 5.4 or 5.3, but it's decent. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see if my reading comprehension sucks. Whenever the defender is struck by a basic attack, they gain a meltdown charge. That's what's happening, yes. When the defender is knocked down, consume any active meltdown charges and deal the attacker a burst of energy damage for each meltdown charge is consumed. If the defender is affected by a power drain, all meltdown charges are removed. It's... If I use Ghost in this fight, right? Will I take a ton of damage off of it? Yes, right? Like, it has to be. That has to be the case. So, I'm going to do something dumb here. I'm going to go in here. Going to get a ton of charges. Going to hit him with an SP1. And I'm going to die. Okay. With that in mind... Let's go in here with Namor. Right here. These charges should be about to blow up, right? And I should be about to take a ton of damage. But Namor should be able to reflect that damage from me to him. So, where does the damage go? Nowhere! The damage doesn't exist. Just disappears into the abyss. And there's nothing on the description, because that's not a power drain on the opponent. Okay, so I could see them being really cheeky and saying that because Namor's specials in Outrage don't technically trigger power in the opponent, that it's technically a power drain. But normally, I think this should work just fine. It's, yeah, I think this is bugged. Aww. I'm still gonna get through this path, but aww. I wonder if it's just like an ability accuracy thing, and it's just against Namor. That worked. That worked. That worked. That worked very well. Not bugged on the heavies. Not bugged on the heavies. Can't get me there. Alright, let's build up a fat stack of those charges. Alright, boys, that's how it should have been operating the entire time. But, let me make a note of that. Ugh. What's the name of this node? Meltdown. Bugged. On. Namor. Specials. Alright, interesting. There we go. Long lie. If they damage you, it works. If they damage the defender, it won't work. Kabam logic. Yeah. I mean, I can see if they wanted to get really cheeky with Namor. Specials are considered a knockdown. I just tested it with Ghost. And whenever I use a special, I would just die. So I wonder how high I can get the damage here, you know? I wish they let you use, like, 3 stars. Well, I would probably die with, like, 1 parry, but... I like that because that, I can do this without running like running into the risk of recoil. Not that like 5% matters when like a single blocked hit takes off like 20%. But alright, boys. This is why we beta test. Found our first bug. Only bugged with Namor, yeah. I think that there's something in the way that the damage gets mitigated. Like, it's like this defender is immune to all damage when this specific event happens. So, it works, but, like, you know, heavies aren't ideal. Especially with a champion like Namor, who has very low block proficiency. Like, yeah, I can regen, yeah, Monglai is correct. How come Ghost Special 1s damage you back? It's just a bug with Namor. We're beta testing. There are gonna be hiccups. This is completely, like, accountable. Or, this is accounted for. Like, it's, the nature of the beast. Hey, what's up, Durgit? Now guess who we can't heavy? Mordo. Alright, you know... Here's the thing, right? Meltdown, I'm thinking of it. Champions that rely on knockdowns in order to deal damage. Who do you have on that list? Doom. Doom, the big guy. You know, this is obviously a node that hard counters Doom. You can't use Doom against this node because, like, half of his operation works off of landing those heavies and getting those staggers, respectively. So, when you're going into this, that's not a thing. You can't use Doom for these fights. So, when you're running against this Mordo, for example, I can't even rely on the whole, like, parry heavy thing to kind of cheese it with Namor because it's already broken. Alright, boys. Looks like this is just a normal fight in which I reflect, that damage onto him. Let me get cheeky. Alright, thank you. Shut off the first power gain. Will this work? Okay. Now we wait it out because he's a little defensive creature. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm playing the fight in the way I am because I'm trying to get Mordo's power gain in a situation where he's open, or he's going to create an opening for himself. Like right there, I had him at a bar of power and I was idling to see if he'd throw it so that way I could shut off his power gain. Alright. Don't... Oh. Gonna be annoying. Thank you. I noticed some damage reflection there. I think that was from the explosive personality. Come on, throw it. There we go. Alright, you gotta just disappear into the void damage. Alright. Thank you. Dude. The 5-star Aegon cutoffs are just insane, man. Like, So I put up 80 million per thing, but that's because it's thing. I kinda have to. Okay. Like, it's inherent. I just got damage reflection off an SP3. I wonder if it's only bugged for, like, normal attacks. Oh, God. Why does it have to be Nova? They're gonna be auto-blocky, and I'm gonna not enjoy it. Alright, but, this is why we have beta resources. Yeah, that cutoff was insane. 76 million, man. But, like... I forgot his heavy's 2 parts. That auto block's gonna be a little bit annoying, but thankfully we can, I don't fully remember how to evade his special attacks. I have no idea what just happened. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so it's... He goes up. And then goes forward. Alright, I got you. It's unblockable. That's the only reason why I went for it, so I can cycle it into that. And then I can hit him for 2 more, few more specials. No wonder Aegon is so relevant. These health pools. Aegon will only grow in value. Yeah, I agree. You look at a champion like Guillotine 2099. Her main goal is to, kill people incredibly quickly with her, damage by killing them with SP3s. That becomes pointless when you can't get her down in one fight. Dude, I didn't even know what I was texting there. Alright. Yeah, if you don't have Aegon, you have such a disadvantage when compared to players who do. And I know, because I didn't have Aegon for my first few Abyss paths. I couldn't run Aegon in the Abyss, and that was just... It wasn't fun. And my heart goes out to the people who are having to do that exact same thing, but for the entire thing. Thankfully, I pulled him out of a crystal, like, midway through. Like, one of my runs. I pulled Doom out of a crystal midway through one of my runs, too, but... People like MSD, who are just having to go through it, are just like... I wouldn't want to do that. Just the full thing. My heart goes out to those people, man. Alright, let me see if I can cheese it. Alright, there we go. Interesting. There we go. This is only 7.1. Wait for 7.4. They will probably have 1 million each. Yeah, probably like we were gonna release, like, another of Legends quest, but you guys seem like you're really enjoying this questing content where we raise the health pools. Alright, let's see if we can cheese Meltdown a little bit with Namor. I kind of didn't remember how to fight Nova there, so... Thank you, Sergeant. This is, no, I'm fighting really badly right now, man. Case in point. Oh, I know why. I don't have that mastery maxed. Ooh. Is he immune to bleed when he has the passives? Ooh, I like that. I have to go for the heavy cycles just when the just on the normal hits, but that last percentage is just going to be so annoying. But it doesn't matter with Namor. I like that I can do that heavy counter. I see you moving, Chad. I'll be over there in a second. And I wasted those 5 charges because I was using a special and he didn't even have an armor up. So I wouldn't have gotten the outrage charges from it anyway. Here we go. Hopefully I'm able to cheese it. Yeah. Yep, I don't have Stupefy unlocked. I redid my mastery so that way I had suicides on the beta, but I think I only got halfway through. Please. Please kill, please kill. You're not gonna kill, are you? Alright, do it. I don't want to hit into his block, guys, because if I do, then I'm just... Yeah, then I'm screwed over. I went for the light, and he went for the medium, and the range on his medium was just so long. This is the exact opposite of the situation I wanted to be in. Well, I mean, of course, death is not the situation I want to be in, but, like, that low health pool. Like, I can hit into his block for the reflected damage off of, It's not ideal. Yeah, I thought he didn't. I thought he stopped gaining power, but the active armor ups from explosive personality goes into it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fill out my mastery tree real quick. Always have 3 in Stupefy. And I'm not going to invest points into Petrify or Pacify because I want them to have full ability accuracy. I realize that's countered by the point of me having maxed Assassin, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Only 20k health? Alright, nice. But yeah, this stream's probably gonna be short compared to what I've done before. In reference to the 18-hour one, but I find it funny that causes him to gain power, but that's not like triggering his armor or auto block. Is this just gonna be me dexing in the corner forever? I think it might be. No, not if you be nice with that. Thank you. Gotta get one more reflection going. Or I could just die. That's also an alternative. Or I could just heat just die. Yeah, the 18-hour one was fun. I didn't want it to be 18 hours. It was the first time I'd worked this for that long. And it was just not the best. I shouldn't have, like, that was true trial by fire. But it's good to know that I still, like, I probably couldn't have beaten Legacy if I had been playing normally. And the fact that he missed out means that I probably would have missed out too. You know? It's one of those things where I probably wouldn't have gotten that far. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but I am a little bit upset that there's no way to just cheese it with Namor in every single facet of this. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get to like an insane number of those charges. Does my special 3 reflect the damage is the question. Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Spin down. Launch that special. Do it. Do it. Launch it. Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Every single time. One of my old Alliance mates commented on that, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Same with Colossus's Mary Poppins on a special 2. Alright, boys. 43. Let's get it to 50. Let's see if she auto blocks. Alright, come here. Still, 100k damage is 100k damage, but within the context of this quest, that would have insta-killed me, but for her, that's like, meh, 40%, take it or leave it. But yeah, it would be awesome if I could get like to like an obscene number of those. If you want to build combo with Namor, you have to use the special 1, but because of how this quest operates, it's just impossible to do, because then it activates the, it gets rid of all the charges that you would have gained, so. This is not going to be a fun one. Mainly because he can infinitely spam the SP1s, I think. Because the that's 28% of a power bar with every single hit blocked. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I can get him into shield mode. So that way it's more damage for Namor when hitting into his block. And pray that he doesn't activate his special 1 immediately. I dislike your SP2 more than I dislike your SP1. Mainly because it makes the fight go to a standstill for a bit. No. No, this I dislike. I dislike getting hit or dying from suicide poison tick damage. Yeah. I have Medusa. The SP won't kill me. Actually, wait, let's test that out. Let's see if Medusa's armor breaks causes, So here's what's gonna happen. The hits will place an armor shatter onto him. Did I take damage? I think I did, because I don't think I was that low before. Partially, I wonder if it's because Darkhawk is immune to ability accuracy reduction when armor shattered. That's what allows him to change modes. his unique claws there. Why did I hit him? Why did I hit? Yeah, but if I get into the special 1 cycle with him, this can make Darkhawk without having that rapid upgrade node. You sure you're taking a Kabam game? Yeah. Speaking of nodes that just get coupled with champions. How are you gonna have Hella with that annoying Queen of Hell synergy, but not of Darkhawk without Raptor upgrades? You know? It's those double standards. That are a plague on the game history. Yeah. I wanted this path to be a little bit more fun. You know? Seems like the perfect setup for Namor to just go absolutely crazy. You know? A ton of damage coming in from situational desires, and you can, like, frame it so that way 1, 2, 3, Dex. Alright, that's a way to kind of stop the cycle. 1, 2, 3, Dex. But still, 1, 2, 3, Dex. Even then, the amount of health that you lose is just... 1, 2, 3, get hit, apparently. Just the chip damage is just, like, so much. So if I actually go for a heavy and I miss, I end up taking the damage because it's 100% of the damage reflected while he's attacking. So I got very lucky there. There we go. But yeah, it's I dig it. The path isn't that fun. Not as fun as I thought it would be. Because I figured Namor would just curb stomp it. But I'm interested on how he takes this boss. Because I don't know how this node works. I honestly don't know what intended interactions it has with Namor. Like, I could be going through this and it would just be like, oh yeah, be meant for you to not be able to reflect that damage, when at the same time, you can do this against Red Skull. Like, if I wanted to cause damage, I would just hit into Red Skull's block, you know? Like, that's a very easy way to just hard counter Red Skull. Right now, he's going down faster. And I don't know, I think the mini-bosses do have increased health, so, 'So upset that damage disappears into nothing and doesn't get reflected. $22,000 damage reflection. Like, I mean, if you're gonna go out of your way to, like, prevent something from being reflected with Namor, look at everything else going on in this fight, man. Like, I can just do nothing but attack into Red Skull's block and, like, reflect all of the various sources of damage that I would have taken from attacking into his block. And then, bam, just call it a day. Like, why would I even have to worry about the other, charges if I could just do this, right? Why would you have that not be a reflectable source of damage if you're gonna allow this at the same time? Oh well. This is why the forums exist. I'll pose a question. I'll answer it, but hey, who knows? We might get a champion that causes damage reflection in the near future. Because right now that ability is locked to Namor. There's not a single champion in the game that has that, like, way of reflecting it. You might be able to get like a, I don't know, a champion that operates on some sort of criteria that allows you to mitigate it. Nice. 82k. Love to see it. That path, my thoughts on it, it's not as fun as a path as I would have liked it to have been. Like, I mean, I dig it, but at the same time, it wasn't that fun. I thought I could have cheesed it with Namor, and that Namor cheese is what kind of makes a lot of my day, you know? Like, I can have that Namor cheese, and I can eat it too. What flavor would Namor cheese be? But, you're gonna have that interaction. I want to at least have the, like, stability of saying, okay, that makes sense. You know? Yeah, that, I should have just revived someone meta. But, okay. Question. I can only do one more lane where I take down the armor break immunity node. How else am I gonna take down... Oh god, I didn't look at this node. Arrogance. Every 10 hits on the attacker's combo meter afflicts them with a falter passive. Falter causes their attacks to miss and lasts 1 second for every 10 hits on their attacker's combo meter. Oh, that's so bad. I hate that. I hate the sound of that. Oh no. That's horrible. Oh, come on. Oh well. You hate to see it. Okay, let's Medusa the Summerfrost down. And then, like, I guess pray to whatever deities we need to do in order to get a Corvus. But jeez, if I were using like a normal revive, I would be dead right now. How are you feeling about Act 7? I'm not liking this boss. I think her attack is too high, and I don't think it's intentional. I think there are too many factors at play, because there's no way to get this get the rust and ruin off of you. If there were a way like, hey, if you have X number of buffs, then you're no longer rusty. Like, I think that would be a great way to subjugate it, but nope. CT, what software are you using to show your screen? I'm using Elgato. I'm using an Elgato capture card, an HD60 Pro. I have installed in my PC. But I know some of the other YouTubers use the smaller cards that are external. But yeah, I do think the health pools are just a little bit too high, and the attacks hit just a little bit too hard. But I mean, 6 months down the line, we might have the next Ghost or Corvus to hard counter the majority of these. And, like, there's certain paths that I feel like, oh yeah, the champion to beat this just hasn't been released yet. Okay. I dex that. This Emma Frost is something else, man. I don't dig it. I don't dig it. Yeah, I would have been dead if I were using a regular revive there, and I blocked like 2 hits. I'm gonna take recoil damage and be pushed like so far back, and she's so unpredictable with that oscillate that I don't even know when to dex it, and my only option is to parry. This leaves a bad taste in my mouth, is how I'd put this boss. I'd say the biggest issue, like the biggest actual bug that I think will get patched from this is the Namor reflecting damage, because, like, he's not, and he should be. But I think that the amount of damage that Emma Frost deals is just so insane when coupled with all of her nodes. Because right now, I have 2 permanent armor breaks on me. And she's hitting for, like, 50k on, like, lights if I get hit by one. And I just don't have the... Actually, wait. If I get bodied by just, like, a light. Alright, so here's the plan, boys. I'm going to get some armor breaks on me with just the lights. And then I'm going to get her into a Fury stage, and I'm just going to let her hit me. So I got hit with a 17k light. Like, that's... You take 2 light attacks, and you die if they're crits. And that's an oscillate. And that's without any of the armor breaks, and that's without any of the other Furies, and that's just crazy. Like, there we go. Same thing. You take 1 combo and you're dead. I would have no problem with it. That means you lost the fight in Kabam terms. But if I go in here and I, like, say I'm playing normally, right? I go in here, I go to the store, I pick up some level 5s, you know? And I'm like, oh, hey, let me just max out my inventory on these with the resources. And I go into this quest. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this champion down. You know, I'm going to get this Medusa. I'm going to heal her up to full health. How many blocked hits do you think I can take? Just put your guesses in chat. I am going to do 2 things. I'm going to land 1 5-hit combo. I'm going to get some armor breaks on me, hopefully. If you guessed 6 blocked hits, you'd be correct. Off of a full heal, I can only get hit 6 times with 1 armor break on me. I don't like it. I think that the attack is a little bit too high scaled, and traditionally in beta tests, I would see this once, and I would just be like, okay, I get it. Like, oh, this is just for a single encounter. But this is a boss. I did that dex too early. Yeah, but it's just... When I say they're hitting hard, I mean they're hitting hard. Like, if you go back in time and you look at, like, say 6.2's champion boss, right? Half of that fight is taking blocked hits when you're at the sub 10% phase. You're meant to be able to tank those blocked hits. I think this Emma Frost hits harder on block than that guy does. And once I start getting scaled up here, like, I need a way to shrug off those armor breaks. There needs to be a way for me to go, okay, I want to open up an opportunity for me to block and parry. And then sometimes, if the armor break immunity node wasn't active, I wouldn't be able to do that. Because I lack the ability to create an opening through parrying. So, we get into the thick of it. Alright, she has kinetic transference. What does that mean? If you block an attack, she gains power. Why does that matter if you're just going to die? And let me check the forums to see if they're up yet, you know? Are the beta forums up yet? Alright, the beta tester forums are up yet. Act 1, Chapter 1, Quest 1 has arrived. Let's read this. Act 6 was a fairly titanic amount of content. The challenges of the Grandmaster, the grueling attack power of the opponents, the devious buffs. Wow, the grueling attack power of the opponents? With the intent is to continue crafting and engaging in an interesting quest, we want to make sure that the first quest of Book 2 Act 1 doesn't send players reeling from the jump in difficulty. Okay, I would say that this quest right here is definitely not that high of a jump up in difficulty compared to Act 6, Chapter 4. Anyone who's able to complete book 1 should feel confident knowing they can at least start book 2 without feeling that they need to back out and grind other content. Okay. Here's my thing, right? I get it. There are some incredibly easy paths on here. I think there's an Icarus lane in here too. But when you're looking at content like this, you need to say, okay, you can clear one lane easy. Okay, there's an easy path which you guys can clear. How is that going to impact everything else? Is everything going to be that same level of difficulty? So anyone who is able to complete book 1 should be able to feel confident knowing they can at least start book 2 without feeling like they need to back out and grind other content. Admittedly, we do expect players to have a couple of solid 6 stars before they start trying to complete book 2 chapter 1. So be mindful that the opponents are still going to be pretty tough to just power through. Yes, as I said earlier, I will not be going through it with this roster. I will be going through it probably with some rank 3 6 stars. I still have to 100% the Abyss on my own personal account. But, Oh, apparently that thing is bugged up on the buffed up path. So, you know what? I'm going to avoid that path for the near future. But, this Emma Frost, man. I don't like it. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm going to read through the rest of that quest. Going to read through the rest of that beta log in the future. But I just want to see how quickly Emma Frost kills. I took one blocked hit there, and I took 12% of my attack. Okay. Emma Frost just kills so quickly, which makes sense given the difficulty of this content. But if we look at someone like the Grandmaster, who, alright, not all bosses are the Grandmaster. I get similar vibes from the Mysterio in 6.3. Like, that's who this Emma Frost reminds me of in terms of difficulty. In terms of the niche counters needed. But that same Mysterio, you could easily just wail on. Like, you could make that test a fight of the endurance, like, just full meters. And obviously, my traditional answer to a quest like this is to just use Ghost. But you can't. Honestly, if it wasn't Emma Frost and it was just some random champion, I probably wouldn't have a single qualm with it, you know? I would just be like, okay, I get you. I can dex their specials, whoever it may be, and I would be able to do it. But obviously, they're tuning this to be an Emma Frost, and like one of my main recommendations was a champion switch, and they refused to change mini bosses, or well, they didn't change a single mini boss, like the actual champ themselves in 6.4. They did change a ton of the individual path encounters. I got them. Well, at least 3 champions were changed based on my own feedback, but oh god. Yeah, I do think there is going to be another difficulty past this point, and I do think that we're gonna see another title come with Act 7, just like a natural part of the beast. I think that's gonna be innately here, but I just hate this Emma Frost interaction. I just don't like it. And I dislike it's a boss too, because if I'm going into Act 6, and to quote Kabam directly here, we don't want to make it seem like too much of a step through, and we don't want to make people go back and double check their rosters. I am doubting my ability to go through here. Like, honestly, I don't feel confident running through here with my champions and, like, running headstrong through this. Like, obviously, I'm playing really sucky right now because I'm trying to better visualize my thoughts, but let me just give a deep breath and go full concentration. Let's see how much I do. that worked. Okay. I'm gonna, in my own time, once I'm done streaming, because streaming does affect my ability to take some of these bosses, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna revisit this Emma Frost boss before I do give that feedback, because obviously I'm spending time to focus on chat, on the stream, and splitting it attention-wise here. So I'm gonna, before saying, hey, I do think the damage is scaling a little bit too rough, I'm gonna run through this a few more times with full focus, and I'm gonna see, and I'm gonna record it, I'm gonna commentate over it, and I'm going to publicly apologize if I don't think that this is necessarily that difficult, and I don't want it to be that same level of difficulty, and I don't want to complain about something that would be pointless if I was playing this normally. But I do think that there is a bug with the according to the beta forums, I see 3 people reporting this bug already. There is a thing that's bugged. Very ghost friendly so far? No, Metal Bro. There is a specific node on this Emma Frost to specially counter ghost. They found a way to do it, bud. Permanent armor breaks. And just armor breaks to the wazoo. No ghost for you. And there's, I wanted to look at this, because they showcased all the new nodes. Arrogance. Every 10 hits on the attacker's combo, let me bring it up here. Every 10 hits on the attacker's combo meter afflicts them with a falter passive. Falter passive causes their attacks to miss and lasts 1 second for every 10 hits on their attacker's combo meter. Has this cold turkey buff existed before? I remember it slightly, but I don't remember where I saw it. Jeez. I don't know how you're... Oh, okay. Let me see if I can find that buff. There's another one called Defective Defense, which seems like a perfect bus. Or perfect little, Alright, Defective Defense. Blocking attacks applies a disorient debuff to the attacker, reducing block proficiency and defensive ability accuracy for 25% for 12 seconds. Okay, don't block attacks. The attacker can dash back and hold block for 1.2 seconds to remove one of these debuffs. Perfect! That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see the ability to... I want to see criteria. You're saying, hey, I can block this attack, you get disoriented. 2, I want to see a way to remove it that isn't just time. I have low battery. That is not good. And 3, I want it to be very clear up front. When you have a node like this, where it's just very unspecific, where it just says, all charges are... that deal an attacker a burst of energy damage? Tell me. Say, oh, it's 1,000 per charge. Okay, I get that. But being intentionally vague with your wording causes further confusion, especially among the endgame community. We're people who, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you're someone who just, you're someone who's spent a lot of time in the game. And you want to know these things. If it says 1,000 damage, let us know 1,000 damage. Just like, let us know. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can just snake my charger through the back here. Just get a little bit cheeky, but yeah. I do full write-ups on betas every single time I get invited, unless I don't get access. Hulkbuster. But yeah. I do like that name. Alright, looks like I lost signal on this for a quick second. Let me just bring it back. And... do we have power? There we go! Yay. Alright. So, what other new buffs are there? Rust and Ruin. That's on the boss. But yeah, so the... I don't like that Emma Frost is first. I really don't like that Emma Frost is first. That's my one complaint. I don't like that. So let's... I like what I see so far, but to be completely honest, there are a few paths here that I do feel are uncomfortable or are made for champions that just aren't out yet. I think that maybe once we start seeing newer champions who have the ability to take some of these paths, my opinion on them will change a lot. And I will return very shortly, within the tomorrow, at around the same time, to take on a few more of these paths and to do a lot more work. I was only live for like an hour 30 today. Tomorrow I'll probably be live for closer to 4 to 5 hours, just to kind of flesh it out a bit more. But thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate all the support, all the viewers, all the likes, and all the subs. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I will be live pretty much the entire week doing some of this testing. And based on the beta, it looks like every single quest will be coming out every 2 days. So the 6th is the next quest, and the 8th is the third quest. So if you want to stay aware and keep in mind of what we're doing, just leave a like, subscribe, and I'll probably be here tomorrow. So see you there, guys. Sorry it has to end this way. Bye-bye.